One more time. I need to get it out of my teeth. All right, so we got the latest Secret Lair. We had the spring or summer super drop that just ended.
Yep.
And you know, I kind of like what they're doing here, because what they're doing is, instead of having multiple stack, although we do have them stacking a little bit because the commander deck's mixed in there as well. But what they're doing is they're doing basically these super drops. They're, you know, each season super drop, and then it lasts for, this one's only 34 days. So it's not like our last one, which was about 2 months. This is 34 days. But you know, that one ended. So now we have this one that I'm jumped on. There isn't any special bonuses except for the bundles in this. So the last one, when you spent over 200, you got the Brothers War collector boosters. You got 2 of those for every 200 you spent. This one just has some discounts that we'll go over as we do this. So really quick, just to explain why am I doing that?
Elon Musk will be proud.
Right. Just to explain a little bit, for those of you that don't know what the breakpoint is, what that is ideally is when we talk about the breakpoint numbers. If it's a breakpoint 2, breakpoint 3, if you were to buy, let's scroll down and look at one of these. Let's just grab one. If you were to buy this absolute annihilation, oh, you can't see it because let's do it. There we go. Let's do the absolute annihilation for $30. This one right here. If you were to buy that for $30, the breakpoint is how many it would take for you to break even and keep that one for yourself. Because we're collectors. We like magic cards. Right. We want to keep it for ourselves. And how many would it take for you to keep one for yourself and then start making money? So let's say this whole value was $55. Well, that means if you bought 2 of them, you'd be $5 short of, because then you bought 2, one of them you sold for 55, you spent 60, so you're $5 short. So you need to buy 3, so the breakpoint would be 3 in that case.
I don't think I realized that I feel like I would just say 2 and then you spent $5 for the 1 bit.
You could say it that way, but when I'm doing the breakpoint,
that's how I'm okay spending $5 for 6 premium
and
cards.
So I do note that on some of these where I'm just like, you're really close to a breakpoint of 2, but here's where you're at. So we're going to get into that a little bit more as we go, but just so you know, when we talk about the breakpoints, we always want to keep one for ourselves. That's the thing. Is like, unless you're all profit and you don't care about keeping the cards, then we can just tell you, you know, this is what it's worth. Then you have profit from there, that point forward. Okay. So what we're going to do here is Lowry's going to go through. We're not going to talk about the bundles until the end. We'll push the bundles to the end and we'll talk about each one. And then we'll kind of go through the breakpoint of those. So the very first one, let's get that one going. It's the absolute annihilation one. Let me minimize.
Let's see here.
I want it here.
All right, so absolute annihilation is in all caps.
Yeah, and everything's all caps, which is kind of interesting with it.
Oppression, yeah, it is all caps. All right, so, but it is very red and black color themed. You have 4 cards. The first one is Oppression, which is an enchantment that makes everybody discard a card when they cast a spell. You have a Braid, which is a heavily used card almost everywhere that it's able to be played, and reprinted in standard every few years, it feels like at this point.
Yep.
Mass Hysteria, which gives everything haste. Everybody's creatures. Yours, theirs. So it's like
Concordant Crossroads.
Right. Concordant. But,
yeah, for those of people that haven't seen,
I wish I was there for the recording.
Concordant Crossroads. I said that.
But Mass Hysteria has never been reprinted, I'm probably going to get this because this is one of the cards that I don't own, but not willing to pay the sum of money that it is worth at this point. And then you have Terminate, which is an all-time all-star, destroying any creature for red and black. What are we looking at here?
Okay, so it is a $30 and $40 for $30 for the non-foil, $40 for the foil. The like Lowry mentioned, Oppression only has one. It only has 1 foil printing, And so it's a really an old printing, so it's $380. We're not counting that as it's going to be
That wouldn't
300.
count.
No,
Yeah,
we're
I
not
wouldn't
counting.
expect that.
Just so you guys know, I kind of put in. I don't go, oh, that's only foil printing. I'm going off that number. Don't even do that. I put in logic into actually what happens with these. And mass hysteria, like you mentioned, one printing and one foil printing, and that one's at 37. So, but again, it's not going to be 37. And, for oppression, I think it's going to probably hover around 30. For foils, mass hysteria, I think is going to be around 20, is what I would guess. And again, when we talk about these prices, there is kind of two scenarios. If you're early getting your boxes and you can list it on eBay or TCG, you can sell it for higher right away. But then once everybody starts getting theirs, it drops. Kind of like think of standard sets or any other set that comes out. The more that gets out there, it drops. But really the maturity level of all these secret layers is about 10 to 16 months. So after 10 to 16 months after these drops have been sent out, that's when you start to see these prices. So anyways, this one isn't the greatest for breakpoint wise. Non-foils, your total is $35, and that's before fees and shipping. So remember, that's $30. So you're really
okay.
After fees and shipping, you're probably a little bit under that mark. For foils, I did calculate this out. Your value 60 with fees and everything, about 14. You end up being about 46. So the breakpoint is 8, which is high. Like breakpoint,
still not something you want to invest in to try and get that breakpoint. But if you do want it, like I likely will buy this one because of mass hysteria and because they are very usable cards in Terminate and Abrade. And oppression is something that I consider, but it generally doesn't make a deck. And so all these cards are very playable.
Right. And
that's all in my mind.
Other part is Parks just mentioned it looks fantastic. That's the thing about this whole when this drop came out, I was like, there's some really cool drops in this. They look cool. Financially wise, some of them just aren't necessarily there. Like the part that misses is Abrade and Terminate. They've been printed so much that they're $5.
Right.
Cards. So it's
again, they are highly played.
Right. So
this is the
top
premium
tier
version.
Right. So that is, I put them at 5. So I might be on the low end of these, but that's what I've been trying to do is to kind of get a good base of what you can expect from this. So breakpoint 8 for the foils, and you can get non-foils or foils. You know, it's my preference is always foils. So that's just, we're always kind of sticking with the foils, but we're giving you both prices on all that. So, all right.
Mine are preferenced foils as well.
Yep. Okay. So we get into the next drop, and this, I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to pull a Lowry, and is the best drop of the bunch. But let's...
way to kill it.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Now on VHS, it is the theme. It is like an old school
so cool.
VHS box on the outside here. You have 4 cards in this one, which is old school Rewind that counters a spell on tap 4 lands. You have Food Chain, which is a crazy art, crazy card. It's a combo enabler. Awesome to have. Rampant Growth, which I wish it wasn't this.
Why?
But still very highly playable.
Yeah, it's you don't want it this because it's cheap, is what you're saying? Like not expensive, or
I mean, it's just reprinted so much.
But this is so cool.
What? What's going on in this one as well with Food Chain? Like Rewind isn't. I mean, it is what it is. But then you have Food Chain, and then the last card I want is here, the First Sliver, which has skyrocketed because of the precon from Commander Masters. Food Chain and First Sliver are ridiculous reprints in the same bit.
Right.
Like this is something that they should have seen and like, oh, we shouldn't do both of them.
Right. They're like one of them and then having 3 other crap ones would have been totally fine. But both of them,
because that's what they try and do.
Right. But this one,
but they might have been like, you know what? The First Sliver, this is an aliens theme thing.
Exactly.
That's
so
exactly
cool.
what it is. And they're like,
so
it's
cool.
fantastic. But I don't know if it's gonna do what we want to do. We gotta get a solid card in there for this. Let's do Food Chain.
Yeah.
And again, both of them in here at this point in time, crazy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And also just awesome art. I love it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love this one.
This is one of my. I mean, not only financially priced, but like the style of all this. Because isn't the 30th anniversary? And I think Parks is talking about that. Is Shark Typhoon did a VHS style, so I think that's the other one that has that. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to check.
It's weird that I have it like very available.
Is it Shark Typhoon? Am I right with that?
Yeah.
Is it in the VHS?
That's what we got.
Yeah, it totally is. Okay,
let me get the light off. Have we figured out this doesn't work?
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, the light. I could see it when it's just you have. Oh, there, you can see it perfect right there. Down. Yeah, so that's the Shark Typhoon from the 30th anniversary Secret Lair is in the style of that, and I loved that that card there. Well,
yeah. Actually, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Oh, it does say VHS on it.
Yeah,
literally.
So that's where they did the test ground for it. So yeah. So the interesting thing, get the button ready really quick here. First sliver, I bought a bunch of.
Oh, good. Oh, sorry.
Gotta wait for me to say. Yeah. I bought a bunch of the first sliver retro foils from was it MH2 when they reprinted it and they had the retro stuff. I sold out of those at $55. This now it's even higher. It's $10 higher than the lowest price you can get, according to Goldfish when you're looking at the pricing there, is around $65 for foils. So this card by itself is better than that last drop. Like $65 is higher than that 60. I mean, that's how numbers work.
Right. But this likely at least is 65 plus.
Yeah. So then you get Food Chain, which is a $34 card in foil, and this is going to be one of the better arts for that. Rampant Growth I think will be a $10 card because it's highly used. But Rewind is a $5 card. But anyways,
I just wish it was Farseek. I don't want it to be Three Wishes.
Yeah.
Or Nature's Lore. I want it to be Farseek.
Just to get.
That's all I wanted.
That's all he wanted. But hey,
I haven't used Rampant Growth in a long time.
So the totals for non-foil, your total value is 85 minus fees and shipping, $18. So you're at 67. That's a break point of 2. You buy 2 of these. One pays for the other one, and you have a $7 profit in non-foil.
Right.
In foil, the value is $114, which is crazy, and that's one of our better ones that we've had. You take away shipping, that's about $25. Gets to 89, so another break point of 2 because you're paying $40 for this. You buy another one for 40, that's 80, so you're at a plus $9, and then you from that point forward. So it isn't not. This is the best one.
We'll get there.
But there's other good ones. There's other almost as good as this one. There's a couple of them that are duds, but this is by far the best one. So keep watching. We're not done. We're not done with these because
there's other stuff.
There's some cool ones, especially they might not have the value like we talked with the first one. But some of these are really freaking cool. I love this style. And that's the one I wanted to talk about next. So let's get to this because this is not going to be value-wise. But this is really cool.
All right. It's called Magic the Baseballing. And I'll tell you, I'm balling on these. No, that's bad. All right. They are old school baseball style. Not even like where I'm basically 40. This is like old school baseball for me.
Yes.
And so you have the original Gatewatch, the original 5 Planeswalkers in baseball card form, and it is front and back.
Yeah,
and front has.
This reminds me of the cereal one, is what it reminds me.
Oh, that's true. That's a really good point. I mean, and so they have like Ajani, Goldmane, Jace Bellerin. I'll just run through them real quick.
Okay, yeah. So that's the backside.
Liliana Vess.
Look at the backside of that.
Nalar and Garrick Wildspeaker.
Garuk.
But basically, you have like the picture of them in pinstripes and they're in the uniform with a hat on, a bat, and that's the front of the card. And then on the back of the card is what it actually does. There's a casting cost on the front. The back is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I don't know how I'm supposed to play with these cards, but I love it.
Yeah, no, I love
like. Should I treat it like a flip card?
Yeah,
I think if you do want to play with this, put it in
double-sided
sleeve. Yeah, so that you can take it out, flip it around, so you can see what the fuck is going on. But I love the idea of it. Are they all stars? I didn't see that one. Are they? okay. So they all have their
designated
own
hitter. All right, so
he's
Guru,
a DH. What the fuck?
he is a big.
He's at
dude.
least a first baseman.
He's a
home
big
run
dude.
leader.
Catcher.
I would guess. Catcher.
Yeah. There was a joke on that with the Discord today.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't. I only.
Yeah. And then what was?
Oh boy.
Right field.
But I like it. I like it. Is she a lefty?
No, that's right.
I don't know. I get confused because I'm a lefty and a righty for certain things, so I don't know.
What are you talking about?
No, that's lefty. Oh no, you're right. You're right. It looks like she's choked up like Barry Bonds. I thought she was at the backhand of her swing. I'm wrong, obviously.
Okay, so value-wise, really quick. It's not there value-wise. You're looking at probably each one of these 10 to 15. To be honest with you, with the uniqueness of these, I think you're probably at 20.
Right.
I will probably list these for 20 a piece if I'm doing this on eBay, just because they are very unique and very stylish with everything. And they're the OGs. They're OG Planeswalkers when we first got introduced with them.
And I'm going to say that I don't hate any of them. They're just probably too weak at this point.
If they were better,
like
but I dig that.
No, I mean, like I consider a lot of these, other than like Shauna Nalar.
Yeah, I have
all
never
of these
put her
have like they like make, but they get cut from the process, and so they're not bad.
Yeah.
And so if you're not in a really powerful group where Adam chokes everybody out, like you these are very playable for you as well. Just saying.
All right, so breakpoints, they aren't really there. Non-foil value is $35 again. The foil is at 60, so it's kind of like we talked about earlier. At the 60 mark, we're at a breakpoint of 8. So I would not go deep on this one, but if you want it for the collection, which I do, and I will buy this, I'm definitely going to buy this one, but I would not count on this one for resale value necessarily. I think they still will, to be honest with you. If I think it will be a lower, people aren't going to spec on this one. And like I mentioned, I think each one of these will actually go for 20 instead of the 10 to 15 range that I was putting it at. But just going by the numbers and how much they're used and how good they are for Commander and stuff, I would go with the last one we talked about over this one. So that's where I'd go with this one. Okay, so breakpoint 8 for foils. Not really a breakpoint for the non-foils. All right, so now we get into this one's a long one to read, and I'm glad you're reading it.
Keep partying hard, shred harder than you previously thought possible. That is a title that they came up with. I'm assuming that was God. Remember that thing about forgetting words when you're telling a joke? There's a band that has really long names of things.
Oh. I don't know what band that is.
There's two, and they're associated with each other. And what's the one with Brandon Urie?
Are you with who? Are you talking about
Panic at the Disco? There we go. They have really fucking long song title names. That's what I was going for there. And it'd be, like I said, a lot funnier if I could just do it. All right, I get it. I'm not. All right. So this one is going to be, I already did it. I already said the title. I'm not going to say it again. All right. This has 4 in it. First off is going to be
I was gonna say,
Zat.
Yeah, I was going to say
Zit. Or this is old school. This is probably the first reprint. And it probably didn't need to be reprinted, but it's fucking hardcore shit. And one thing that I realized is the harder it is to read a card, the more metal it is, obviously. And there's really a lot of words there. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The next one is going to be Godo. I should know the name of it.
Bandit Warlord.
Yeah, Bandit Warlord. That's what I'm saying. It's just so edgy. And then you have Jessica Thrice Theory. I can't wait.
Jessica
like
Thrice Reborn.
Thrice Reborn. Yeah, the
I only have it written down.
Commander
I'm not
Legends.
reading it off of there.
There we go.
One.
All right. It's unreadable at this point without it in my hand to be like, I have glasses. All right, folks.
This is the best one.
All right. Yep. And then the last one that we'll mention is Vile Smasher the Fierce. Readable. Very readable. Right. And it should be the craziest because it's the best card out of the batch. But I love this. The art is really, really cool. For me, it's metal. I'm not in the metal scene, so I don't see it all the time. But when I do see it, I'm like, oh, that's rad.
Yeah, that's rad.
File Smasher gets me there.
Gets your juices going.
Like, they're all great, other than Tevish Jot.
Okay, so this one, this one isn't value wise there, but again, we're dealing with Vile Smasher. We have all 4 of them as potential commanders. Are they all commanders? Yes. Legendary is Godo.
Oh, is that the Planeswalker one from Commander?
Yep. That's the one that double or triples the damage for red source or whatever.
No. For the Tevish Zat. Is that the creature version or the Planeswalker version?
That is... Let me see.
I didn't read it.
Let me minimize to see which one it is. That is the Planeswalker, right?
Oh, I see the 4 of that. Yeah, okay, you're right. So most of them are Commander Legends, the first one. Okay, I'm happier about this. I like them all.
So
I like them all.
I dig it a lot, and I want it for my collection and stuff. Value-wise, they're just not there. You know, it just...
Really?
Well, because just none of them are really that expensive. The most expensive card is Vile Smasher at $11 for the foil etched version of that from when they did was it Commander Legends when they redid that? Yeah, when they did him in foil etched. Yep. So I think he'll be more around 20, to being honest. Like if you know, for commander wise, they tend to go higher because you want a cool version of your general. You want that version, so they tend to go a little bit higher. But going off the numbers, non-foil is 25, foil is 42 before fees. So you have no breakpoints with either of these. I would not go deep on this necessarily, but if you want this for your collection, highly recommend it because I do. I want Vile Smasher. I want all of these cards in my collection because they are pretty damn sweet. So,
and you should do what we do.
So, but if you're investing in it, this one again is not the greatest one to go deep on because the value just isn't there. Okay, let me do this one.
Take a shot.
Let me do this one really quick, and then we do the shot.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not really talking much. It's because it's the lands. The lands, again, we do these ones pretty quick because they're $30 and $40 a piece. Typically, the lands are pretty cool in this. I like the style of this. It's different than we've seen. It's kind of crazy, weird. Reminds me of
cartoons on crack.
Yeah. But there's that toy or funhouse something that does like. I did a proxy on one of these when we had with where it's like like ripping open somebody or whatever. But anyways,
there's it's a little bit Simpson-y, but the Enchanted version on Netflix, there's a cartoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I remember that. Yep. That was a pretty crazy one. But okay, so generally with non-foils, with basic lands, we're sitting around between that 5 to 10 range. For foils, you're at that 10 to 15. It used to be, I would say 15 to 20, but we get these basic lands all the time. And from my sales, like the Post Malone lands, I've been selling those, the foils at 15. I've been selling the non-foils for 10. That got a little hype because Post bought the One Ring, so they started selling a little bit more and all that stuff. So I think these are between that 5 and 10. So your break points, if they're at 5 for non-foils, you're at 25. If you're at 10 for the foils, you're at 50. So it's at least a little bit. But if you want this for yourself, get it. But I wouldn't go deep on the basics anymore. They have too many special basics. We had an episode about that like a year ago or whatever. There's so many basic lands, special basics that it's hard for me to say go deep on basics now. We're past the lands. We are at the last two of our drops here.
That's two.
Two?
That means we got to take a shot at the end of this, though.
That's a good point. Well, we got to talk about the bundles too. So there's a little bit of a twist when we talk about the bundles here.
All right. Great. Hold on. I'm not there. I was focused on other things. All right. So are we doing Buggin' Out? Is that what we're doing?
Buggin' Out.
All right. Buggin' Out has 5 in this one. Again, it's a little bit LSD-ish. Very... Yeah. This one seems more akin to like a rock and roll poster, not a metal poster, but a rock and roll poster.
Right.
So there's 5 cards in this one. It's going to be Eldritch Evolution, which is sweet. Giant Adaphage, which is a huge bug. I don't think that was the right one.
Yeah.
Noxious Revival, great reprint. I personally don't enjoy these arts very much, but it is what it is. Grist the Hunger Tide, I think that's solid. Actually,
I like this art. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Yeah.
Like the spider skull thing going on.
Yeah,
I do like that one. And then is that Mazarek?
It is. It's a fucking crazy Mazarek.
I can't see it. What I said, it's fucking metal when you can't read it. This one is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't. I should have clicked on it. Okay, it's bigger. Yeah.
That's an interesting take
Mazarek.
on Mazarek. Okay, so the notes here is Noxious only has 1 foil printing at $79. Obviously, I'm not taking that price, but just so you know. Mazarek only has 1 foil printing at $12, but this is a better version because the 1 foil printing is just the normal. This is is it better? I mean, this picture is interesting. I like it, but do I want this? I probably would if I was using Mazarek as my commander. I've used Mazarek quite a bit in decks here and there throughout the years. Like he comes
just
out
beyond the Mazarek deck that you built.
Yeah, beyond that one. Like he goes in anything with sacrifice and stuff like that. Okay, so this actually has 3 big guys in it, especially for the foil version, because I just mentioned that there are 2 cards that didn't have foil, only have 1 foil printing. Mazarek's it's from Double Masters, the original Double Master, so it's not that old. So Eldritch Evolution is 22, Noxious is 20, Grist is 22, and Mazarek is 20. So all of those adds up quite a bit. Now, the non-foil side of it, you're looking at a total value of 38. So your breakpoint it's pretty high. I think it's like a breakpoint 8. But your foil version of this is 94 after fees and shipping is 77. So it's a breakpoint 3. Yeah. So it's $3 off. It's what you were talking about earlier. It's a breakpoint 2 if you're willing to spend the $3 and call it but if you're actually going by the numbers,
or if you don't have to ship it and you can just hand it off to a buddy or something,
right, then it's a breakpoint 2.
You're there.
Yeah. So $77, you pay $80 for 2 of these. You eat the $3 and you call it a day because you get 5 of these cards in your deck plus a bonus card. Again, we don't talk about the bonus cards. There are bonus cards with all of these, so the bonus card would definitely make up for this and make it a breakpoint 2, no matter what it was, unless it was, a couple cents. So this is our
giant Adaphage.
Yeah, this is up there with price. 90. We almost breaking $100 when you get into this. There's some garbage ones. The Adaphage is really the only garbage one in this one.
Right, that's the only one that's not a good fit.
Yeah, it could have been 4 and
it works, but
all right.
So, and then the last one is going to be Artist Series, Kev Walker. He is a famous artist that I
don't know.
I couldn't place where he goes, but there's 4 cards in this one.
People are gonna be mad at us.
I've heard of him. I just can't remember. Yeah. It's like people that write books. The author of books. I don't remember that stuff either.
Unless they're the big guys.
God, my brain is gone today. I'm so excited for Savant right now. Okay, so we have four cards in this one. They got a foil, non-foil version. You have Fae Burrow Elder, which is me and Adam were very high on it at the beginning. I still love it, but I don't
I do
play it
too.
as much as I'd like.
I just went through my Spec collection. I have a stack of them in full art.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. But to be honest with you, I like the full art version better than this version because it's full art. I feel like that's a little bit more, because I would prefer full art over just a border. So anyways,
like a special art.
Yeah.
All right, next one. So we got Fabro Elder, Carnage Tyrant, I will say there is a little bit of the spin with this one is we have the dinosaurs coming back in this next year. So right. But I was literally just thinking this week, I was like, I only have one Carnage Tyrant. I wonder if they're going to reprint it somehow. This might be how they're doing it. They might reprint it again when the set comes in with some type of Commander's thing.
That is a good point. Yeah, but
I don't know. I don't trust it because it's super, it's big, good, but very vanilla.
Yeah.
And so it's something that I can see them being willy-nilly reprinting. I don't know. Third card is Fleshbag Marauder. There's ETB, everybody sacrifices creature. It's a fantastic card, Zombie Warrior. There's a premium version of it, but printed a ton. And then something that was just reprinted a lot in the Eldrazi pre-con and Commander Masters. It is that betrays. So I don't know if there's a premium version because now there's 3 different arts. And they've reprinted it a handful of times because it was in a dual deck, and then the pre-con, and the original in Rise of Eldrazi.
But it only has
I'll bet you that looks fucking gorgeous in foil.
One foil printing.
Okay.
From the original. Right. So that's at 73. We're not putting it at 73, obviously, for this.
But getting this in foil is going to be good long term. Because
it would have been nice if this was a full art. Again, I don't know why they do the border when you get to I think Secret Lairs need to stand out because that's what I wrote down for Fabro is the extended art foils are at 30. I don't think this is going to be the Fabro Elder is not going to be a $30 card because
it's not going to hit. Probably not. No.
Imagine that one that I just now we're just getting into the arts. Let's move back. Imagine getting that, this was the whole card was this gal. Instead, we have a border to it. So I think they need to get away from having the borders. I don't know why they do when you're doing a special thing, because I honestly think that the other one is I would rather have over that one. But anyways, that being said, non-foils we're at 33. So again, we're not at a good break point. We're not getting over.
Yeah, this isn't something that I'm likely to buy. Yeah, not this one for sure.
The foils are at 60 with fees because everything's a little bit lower. The highest cards are 20, so your shipping's going to be lower. You're at a break point of 6, so it's a little different from the earliers where it was 60 and break point of 8. These because they're under. You have all the cards are under 20. It's cheaper for shipping, at least if you're doing eBay. That's kind of where I'm going with that. So really. There's a lot of cool stuff in all this, but there's really only 2 that are if you're investing to make money off of this, it's really only off of Buggin Out and the VHS one. Everything else has high break points. But that's the other thing about stuff is if people don't buy a lot of them, which I think they will, because even if they are high break points, a lot of these are really cool and unique. Not this one necessarily, but the other ones have different cool arts. There is a little bit of a unique twist to this whole thing. You have the normal everything for $420 and they give you a discount. Then you have everything in foil, which it's $240. They give you a $40. They give you basically one foil, one free. The non-foils, $180. They give you a $30 discount, so they give you one free. But they have this, which is kind of new. It is the Bugs, Bands, and Blockbusters bundle, foil and non-foil. The
alliteration.
Yep, there we go. Love it.
Love it.
Love it. 106 for that. So you get a discount of about, what did it say? I can add 15 bucks. 15 bucks. So it's 120. Normally it's at 116. Oh, so it's 14 bucks. this one has the two best ones in it. So
Right.
you have the two best ones, and then what was the bad one? The bands. Was that which one is the bands? Bands. Oh, I wrote it all out. So I did the whole tour.
File Smasher, Tevitsat,
Right.
Jessica.
So if you're looking
Like those are all very playable cards.
If you're looking to invest and you want those cards in your collection, this would be the one to get because you're getting $15 off. The Breakpoint buy this one, like I don't normally do that with the bundles, but the Breakpoint of the bundle is a Breakpoint 3 because it's $199 of value in this, costing you $106. So this one is
it's a double up.
Yeah.
On its price.
Yeah. And the non-foil of the same exact thing. So the Bugs, Bands, and Blockbusters, it's $80. You get $10 off. The Breakpoint of that is 4 because the value is 115. So
20.
Yeah. So
right? Or is that saying 89?
89 to 79.
All right.
Yep. 89.79. So you get $10 off. So it's, a little bit. But so if you're wanting, like our buddy Renshai, he likes, Vial Smasher because he has the deck. Well, these would be the ones to get because you get your Vial Smasher and then you get the other two.
Yeah.
And you get a discount basically on all three of them if you think of it that way. And then you buy a couple of them, whatever, you make some money off of it. So that was the only thing I wanted to mention with that because normally we talk about the bundles, but we don't talk about them as breakpoints. This is just interesting that they took these three and kind of smashed them together and made a little side
so
one.
now that you're saying that, can we do our one spec on it?
Oh, yes.
Because I'm going to go with Bugs, Bands, and Blockbuster bundle.
That's actually a good point.
That's what I was going to do.
Let me hit this.
In the common tongue, it says one
spec
to rule them all, one
spec
to fight them, one
spec
to bring them all.
It's a lot of spec
in the darkness.
All right, so Lowry, you have like you already kind of you busted the cherry there. Not busted the cherry, but you did the great henge thing. What was, if you had one choice, if you could only choose one of these drops, which one would you?
I can't do the bundle. Are you saying I can't do the bundle?
Yeah,
but
that's
what I do the bundle. Because it takes, because let's say not including the lands, we have 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I went to the bundle.
4, 5, 6. We have six of them.
Six
So
including the lands. Yep.
No, there's 7. So we have Absolute Annihilation, VHS, Baseball, Partying, Lands, Bugs, and then Artist Series. So there's 7. Without the lands, there's 6.
1, 2. Am I counting wrong? 3, 4, 5. Yep, you're right. You're right.
Or Fighting. That's. But we get, essentially, if you don't care about the basic lands, like myself, I'm much rather I'm much happier paying like cheaper standard prices when they put good full art basic lands into standard, so it's cheap enough to buy it type thing. So really it's just you get half of them for $105, $106. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Because generally I'm spending about, I buy 2 to 3 of them each, and this is what I would buy. The only card that I feel like I'm really missing out on is It That Betrays. Because it's not a card that I play a lot of, but I would like to have one like premium version of it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
And so I might have to break down and buy a single of it, and it's going to hurt, I think.
Yeah.
In that regard.
That is going to be that and Carnage are going to be the two big guys in that one.
But I'm not going to feel bad about missing the baseball. And kind of it, right? Baseball?
Yeah. If I were to do one, obviously it's the VHS one. So that would be my my one spec
that
to roll
would,
them
yeah, for sure.
out. That one just has tons of value. If I was doing a second place one, like
With,
I thought
with
you
food
were,
chain and the first sliver.
yeah,
like
those
that,
two just make it
that's
right there.
home
Like
run.
that's you don't have to do
Fucking
anything
home
else.
run.
But if I second place for me is the bugs one.